everyone, today we're going to talk about retail store layouts. This is what helps us maximize the customer flow through the retail store. On your second slide, you'll see that there's 4 diagrams that we're going to be looking at. The free flow layout, the grid layout, the loop or racetrack layout, and the spine layout. On the next slide, you see the free flow layout. Fixtures and the merchandise are spread around the store in a pattern. Sometimes it's not a pattern, and the layout's good for specialty stores. It helps you meander around the store. We look for stores that are under 5,000 square feet. Get your customers to browse around. They can see over the racks. They can see the other racks in the store so they can eyeball something a little further away. And so the advantage of that is that you have impulse buying. And the disadvantage, though, is that you could be wasting valuable selling space on the floor. So in the next slide, you see the Disney store. That's an example of free flow design. It's really how the racks are laid out on the floor and how you get the customer to move through the store. Our next layout is the grid. You'll see these at CVS drugstores. You'll see it in a grocery store. It's rows and rows of counters and fixtures. It's a lot harder to sort of highlight an item unless you have it on the end of the row, which is called an end cap. And one advantage of this layout is that it's easy to find the merchandise. You always know that Head & Shoulders is in the shampoo aisle at CVS, and you know where that aisle is. One disadvantage is that it really doesn't encourage the customer to meander around the store, which is what you really want. And you want the customer to spend a little more time in the store so that they buy more. And it also, you can be as creative, really, with the store design. On our next slide, we talk about the racetrack or the loop. This is, you see it in a department store like Bloomingdale's. You go up the escalator, and then you have to walk all the way around the store to the other side to get to the down escalator. And that makes the customer walk through each department and see all the items. So this is why department stores do that. They want you to hit everything on the floor. Here's an example on the next slide of a racetrack layout. You can see there's a lot of large images giving us some visual communication about what customers should be wearing, what the typical customer looks like. On the next slide in the spine layout, you'll see there's an aisle in the middle of the store, and then everything moves off of that center aisle. Medium-sized retail specialty stores from 2 to 10,000 square feet are famous for using the spine layout. It's very efficient for using all of your selling space, and you can create a little sort of free flow area over here where the round racks are. And then you've got the little more organized area, maybe they're shoe racks. You can see this also in a store like Nordstrom Rack, where you've got all the little specialty items here by department, and then you've got maybe cosmetics over here, and then shoes back here. Lord & Taylor is a good example, too. A lot of the Nordstrom Rack, Saks Off Fifth, etc., they like to use the spine layout. And alternative of the spine layout is the herringbone. It also helps you circulate. A lot of bookstores use this. They are also a little bit using the spine layout too. Some advantages and disadvantages of choosing your layout. The racetrack is very good for big spaces. It allows you to organize it in a way that helps the customer know where to go. Think about IKEA. IKEA is a big racetrack. It tells you exactly where to walk so that you hit every department. It also gets the customers to see every part of your selling floor. And then, of course, our free flow layout is much smaller, and it helps the customer. It's kind of a cozy feeling. Linger, spend more time. Disadvantages for the spine layout. You see it in shoe stores and sporting goods. Really not appropriate for a store like we talked about Anthropologie, I think. It has very distinctive merchandise. You want everything on a feature rack so that it's separated and unique. There's not a lot of every item. When you go into a sporting goods store, there's 50 of every item. So that's that layout, that racetrack is really not good for a smaller store. Think about a racetrack in a store like Tiffany's. That would make absolutely no sense. Everything is special at Tiffany's, unique, and there's not a lot of items. right? There's not a lot of inventory. So what I'd like you to do for your store design project is think about what layout you want to choose for your store. Think about if your store is a specialty store, what kind of store is it? Where do you want the customer to go when you walk in? And once you know that, you can pick a layout. And I'd like to see a picture of your layout and an explanation in your presentation of why you chose it. Okay? So if you have any questions, you can email me, and you can also send me a message on the GroupMe. And I hope you have a wonderful day, everybody. Bye.